Hey guys, it's Jess from Stark Skincare. So I was tagged to do a best of skincare video by the lovely Mercedes of L'amour et la musique, who is my buddy. So she tagged me in this because she's really encouraging me and my YouTube channel, which is great. Thank you, Mercedes, because she was like one of my inspirations for starting my YouTube channel in the first place because I love her videos. Actually, I think this might be a good time to give the little background story about me or Mercedes and my friendship. So a year ago, and the irony is just too sweet with this. About a year ago, I was in Paris with my family, and we were hanging out in our hotel room. My husband actually had food poisoning and my son just wanted to watch the iPad and we were super tired. I think it was like our last day in Paris. And so I was watching YouTube videos and one of her videos popped up. I'd never heard of her before, but she was actually reviewing a Stark product. So it was the Cypress Purity and Defense Oil, which is now our city recalibrating oil. And I was super excited because here was this amazing YouTuber that I'd never met before, like that I didn't know of, and she had this amazing review, and I loved her style, and so I started following her then. And whenever I was starting my rebrand a long time ago, I had sent out an email to all of my everyone on my newsletter list, which, by the way, you should definitely join my newsletter list because there's a lot of insider stuff that happens, and I don't send out that many newsletters, and I try to make them pretty funny. So I'll leave a link or just, I don't know, go on my website and find it. Low tech. And whenever I had asked sort of my fans, my customers, my followers, if I could bounce some ideas off of some of them, and Mercedes was one of the people who had responded, and we just started emailing back and forth and just realizing that we had a lot of similar opinions and similar tastes, and just really enjoyed chatting. And so so we're buddies, and thank you, Mercedes, for tagging me in this, and there you go. So best of skincare, here I go. So as you can probably imagine, I have a lot of Stark in my best of. I mean, I get it at cost, right? So of course I'm going to have a lot of it. So, okay, the questions. What's your skin type? So if you follow some of my... Actually, I don't know if I have a video on this yet, but I actually don't believe in skin types. I know, crazy, right? I think that people have many skin types, so our skin types change over time with the season and as we age. For a long time, my skin type was very mixed, acne prone, sensitive to certain things, but not sensitive necessarily to like sensitizing things, if that makes sense. Like I could do, in my 20s, I loved doing like glycolic peels. And experimenting with acids, so like BHAs and AHAs and stuff like that. I used to love it. And yeah, it would sensitize my skin, but like I could still use them. SPF is something my skin is so sensitive to. My skin hates SPF. But I don't have like classically sensitive skin, at least not as sensitive as I compare my own skin to some of my customers and friends who I know have like, just get hives very easily, just really, really, really reactive skin. So mine's kind of like sensitive light and still a little bit oily in my T-zone, but I'm 35, so my skin is starting to get a little bit older, a little bit more mature at this point. When we're 36 or 37 is when some of the biggest changes in our skin start to happen. So that's when sort of aging really starts. And I'll do a video about that. It has a lot to do with just our cells and how they age. And it's 36 or 37. Of course, it's going to really depend just on how someone biologically ages. But that's generally the time where like you start really seeing changes in your skin. So this is my last year of having youthful skin. no way. So yeah, I'm like kind of mixed right now. It's winter time, so I'm a little bit drier than I normally would be. In the summer, I'm a little bit oilier, but I've got pretty normal skin right now because I listen to my skin and I always react to what its specific needs are day by day. So I have all the skin types, and so do you. How do you store your skincare products? I don't store very many in the bathroom because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to keep your skincare anywhere where it's very humid. Of course, I do keep some stuff in my shower. I do keep my face wash. Of course, I don't have it here. I'm never well prepared for these. Oh, yes, I do. I have one. So Eclipse I keep in my shower caddy, but my shower caddy isn't hung up on the shower. It's across the shower on a nail so that it does stay a little bit drier. I keep my shampoo, my conditioner in there. I keep a bar of soap, and that's pretty much it. We have a big linen closet in there, and there's a few things, but mostly my skincare is on my vanity in my bedroom, which isn't a great spot actually because the sun, there's like really strong sun in there. So I don't keep too much in there, and mostly my studio is just full of skincare. I have like a big metal bin of skincare. And just generally, like, you guys can't see like my shelves here, but it's not like skincare because it's mostly raw ingredients, but there you go. So my office, my studio. Favorite ingredient. Oh, and wait, one more thing about the how do you store your skincare products. Make sure to keep your lids on tight on your stuff. That's one reason why I changed the tops to our bottles, because it's so easy to just forget to properly put on a lid. So our lids have these orifice reducers. So a lot less oxygen gets in there. So just in case you forget, it won't ruin your product. But still, just make sure when you store your stuff to keep your lids on. Favorite ingredient. That's just an evil question. Like, how could I possibly ever? One of my original favorite ingredients, so like the thing that I've been using the longest would be shea butter. I fell in love with shea butter, like literally, I think I was 9 years old. I've always been obsessed with ingredients and skincare. I'd always spend a lot of time in the health food store just looking at raw ingredients, and I used to spend like my money on that when I was a little kid. So literally, like, ingredients and skincare, this has just been part of me forever. So and my aunt and uncle have been vegans now for 45 years. So just the whole world of veganism and being really health conscious and that kind of stuff was just introduced to me as a very young child. And so to me, it wasn't like, a trend that started in 2005 or whatever. It was like, it's just been this lifelong thing. So playing with raw ingredients is something that I've done for a really long time. I've always had essential oils on hand. I've been using jojoba for years and years and years. I've been using shea butter for years and years and years, but I do have a certain, a certain connection with shea butter. Like I said, it was one of the first raw ingredients that I really, really loved. It's just so multi-purpose, which I really like. I used to massage in my scalp and in my hair and all over my body, use it as a lip balm. I love its nutty, almost sour smell. Just everything about it. It's just so great. And it's even got a light SPF to it, which is really nice. But right now, I think my favorite ingredient would actually be the Evergreen Complex, which is the customized ingredient. It's an infused oil that I created for the new Stark line. So it's oils infused with 7 different adaptogenic herbs that are just rich in all kinds of vitamins and antioxidants, and a lot of them are from very hardy plants found in northern climates, because I'm very concerned in helping people with who live in harsher climates. So the city, is one, but especially northern cities. So I think that skincare that's formulated in, you know, some idyllic, to me, place, like with like Mediterranean climate, like California, or somewhere tropical like Hawaii, is going to be a very different product than somewhere that's with the climate that I experience in mind. So I chose very hardy adaptogenic plants to help fortify this oil that I call Evergreen. So I'll leave a link about Evergreen down there. Most indulgent product. So I don't have any super indulgent products right now. I mean, like of another brand. Stark has its own, you know, indulgent products. For example, Midnight and Everlasting, which is coming back. Those. Oh, and there's a new balm too, probably coming out next winter. Those are kind of my indulgent products that they're still like, you know, like a quarter of the price of what you would pay from another brand, just because of my business model. But those to me are the indulgent, just really, really amazing, precious oils. Not necessarily the rarest oils, because I don't believe in that, but just really effective, luxurious ingredients. So those are sort of my indulgent products from my line. But I've also used, you know, stuff like Tata Harper. To me, Josh Rosebrook is a bit indulgent, because here in Canada, his stuff is quite expensive. Like, for example, his hydrating accelerator, the little one, which I love, and it's almost empty, is like $30 for the 2 ounce. So yeah, it's pretty expensive. I've used and loved Tata Harper. I look up to a lot of these big brands, and I thought Tata Harper was just a beautiful. I can't remember now what I was using. I had a lotion and a cleanser and a spot treatment, or not a spot treatment, but like a roll-on. I really like them. Beautiful scent. I found it a little bit odd how all of the products smelled the same, but at the same time, when you're layering products, that is nice, and it is nice that your products kind of scent match, which is something I'm really conscious of, because I hate when things clash. And probably the most indulgent brand I've ever used is a brand called Sjal, SJA umlaut L. They are from Iceland, I'm gonna say, although Finland? I don't know, they're Scandinavian. And they were one of the first, I think it's a mother-daughter team, which is really cool, or originally it was. They were one of the first brands to infuse gemstones into their products, which is like now kind of all the rage, but they've been doing it for quite a while. And my sister, who used to work in skincare, she used to be the buyer and manager for this really high-end boutique in West Vancouver. She sent me over some products, and she sent me over a bottle of Sjal, and I don't remember what the serum is, but it was a $250 serum, which I've never, like, to me, I'm just like, ha ha ha, like, it was just crazy. I ended up giving it to my mom, because like I just had some like weird like issues and feelings all around it, because like I would read the ingredients, and even though it was lovely and it felt amazing, like I don't know, it's like all this like political thing for me. So if by indulgent it's, you know, price tag, then that, yeah. But to me, honestly, just pure ingredients are the most indulgent. Like, I love sea buckthorn oil. Not that you can use that pure. If you get the good CO2 extract, you can't use that pure, or else you're just going to be orange and you'll look ridiculous. But yeah, like, I really like experimenting with individual ingredients and playing with, like, the kind of fancy, expensive stuff. Right now, I'm actually experimenting with, this is not indulgent. Oh, wait. Is that the next question? Is it about best budget buy? So right now, I don't know how much I actually recommend this company, but this is something that I'm experimenting with right now, is what are they called? The Ordinary. So really, really not natural, really inexpensive. But I have been playing with some of their stuff. Like, this is the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. It's just kind of a neat way as a formulator for me to try out different ingredients that are already in a base, because even though I have so many raw ingredients, I don't always have time to create a little test batch of something usable. So obviously I can't just take like hyaluronic acid comes in a powder. Oh, I love how my hands look gigantic. Hyaluronic acid comes in a powder. Like I don't always have time to create a solution for it, put it in a base, preserve it, blah, 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 do all this stuff just so that I can test it out on my own skin and just see, see how it works, see what I like about it, see what I don't like about it, play with the right percentage amounts. So I have been liking The Ordinary for just kind of testing out a few things, and I've been experimenting with acid, as I said. I'm loving their lactic acid. Actually, my feet were really cracked and peeling. Lovely. And I put that on under some socks, and I think I put some lotion on top of that, and the next morning my feet were remarkably much softer. Oh my goodness, we're almost at 16 minutes. Okay, do I use any beauty tools? No, I don't. Unless you consider the konjac sponge a tool, which I haven't been using anymore, you guys, just to be honest. I brought some with me on my trip last year. I think I brought 3 because we were gone. Well, we were homeless for like 6 months. I think I had 3 with me, so 1 for every 2 months. And I didn't even open up the last 2 packages. And I don't even know what happened to the original one. I probably just like planted it in a garden somewhere. I don't know. I'm just not into tools. Like I like a face cloth, just good old. So that's my tool. It's a face cloth. It's such an underrated, tool, honestly, and I think it's because it's so inexpensive and plain and there's no bells and whistles that people just underestimate it, and they just think that it's not good. They're just like, oh, it's so pedestrian, it's a face cloth. But it's good. Best mask. Okay, so I'm having a weird moment with masks, actually. For a long time, all I used was the Stark Green Tea Detox Clay Mask. I love a good clay mask, especially in the summertime, especially for spot treatment. I love the one that we were using. It was full of antioxidants. It had some fruit acids in it for a really gentle chemical exfoliation. But right now, I actually don't have any of that mask. I'm like looking up at my shelf right now. I have a little bit left of it. I haven't really been using it, and we will be having a mask coming out. Of course, because that's so necessary. But I haven't used another brand's mask in, I literally can't even tell you how long. Like, I can't remember the last mask I bought. I love clay. As I said, I love Rasool clay. That's like my favorite. It's got, whenever you wet it, it's almost gummy. Like, it kind of fluffs up and it's gooey, and I love the feeling of it. It doesn't dry super hard, and I mean, for sure the new mask will have Rasool in it. But that's something I'm actually kind of shopping for a mask right now, because I like to try different brands, and especially stuff that's really popular, like, because I like to see like where the bar is being set in my industry, right? So that's kind of how I do research, and it's certainly not to, copy anyone. Stark has its own style and its own thing going on, but it's just to see like, oh, this, everyone's rating this one really high, this one really low. What's the difference? What is it that people are loving? And, how can I bring that to the table, or, well, my own thing to the table, right? While meeting and or exceeding expectations of the consumer. I'm such a dork. So like if you want to recommend a mask to me, the thing is that a lot of the masks I want to try right now, from my colleagues, so brands, similar to Stark, are like, they're so expensive. And especially here in Canada, like a $70 mask is going to be over $100. So kind of like, F that. Sorry to be crass. Okay, so best multi-use. I think any butter or any plain oil, plain seed oil, is going to be a great multi-use product. Of course, Aurora is, I'm not trying to make this like the Stark infomercial or whatever, but I created Aurora because I love multi-use products. I travel a lot. I like things that I just connect with, like the one little pot of something. Like I love the scent, I love the texture, I love the different things that you can use it for. So yeah, of course, I mean, you know, I made it, but it's not why I love it, but it's I made it because I love it, if that makes sense. So good old Aurora, not old, that's actually new. Good new Aurora is my favorite multi-use. You can use it as a lip balm, you can put it in the ends of your hair, you can cleanse your face with it, you can do a moisture mask with it, you can just put it on your face. Why did I just get blurry? You can just put it on your face and leave it there as a moisturizer. So it's definitely, for me, a must-have desert island kind of thing. You could even eat it if you needed to. If you had to stick to only one skincare brand, what would it be? Obviously Stark Skincare, because I would be out of a job. Best spot treatment. Again, something I haven't tried from another brand in I can't even tell you how long, but I am creating a spot treatment right now and it's almost ready to go. You guys are getting all kinds of like hints of all the stuff that's coming out. I haven't announced that the new balm, like especially not that new balm. I haven't announced the spot treatment. I haven't announced the mask. Insider info. Favorite step of your skincare routine. Right now, it's using a mist. It's early spring, not even. It's late winter. Winter doesn't seem like it's going to end here. It is incredibly cold and dry right now, and putting on a mist is just the best. I've also been enjoying just like the straight up hyaluronic gel because it is a humectant. But yeah, it's just sprays, humectants, that kind of thing. Just bringing the hydration to the skin is what I'm all about right now. And of course it changes seasonally. Like all these questions, it's like, what season is it? I can just like change my answer based on the season, but that's my skincare philosophy, right? It's really about what is happening in your environment. That's what your skin is going to be reacting to, and that's what you need to respond to. What's on your skincare wish list? Well, I guess a mask from one of my colleagues. If any of my colleagues are watching this, if you want to send me a mask, we could do little tradesies. I don't know, like skincare, I'm pretty like set for life, to be honest, but I do love trying other brands. I really like using conventional products, and I know that's surprising. This is, I've been using natural products for so many years that to me, using a conventional product is like a it's like a treat, you know? It's kind of like if you only ate salad and then, you know, you like break out the bag of chips, you're like, woo, it's like fun and indulgent. And it's not something I overdo, but I do like my conventional products. I'm French Canadian, right? So I do have that French woman sort of philosophy and mentality to skincare, and a lot of the brands that I've used, like the conventional brands that I've used for years and years, are these French brands, like NYX, for example. I love the NYX Riche Prodigieuse, which it doesn't even make sense that I own this because it's like a fake oil, basically, but I love the smell and I have such good memories. Like I bought this in Paris last year, this bottle. I hadn't had a bottle of NYX, of the Riche Prodigieuse in so long that I sort of treated myself to it because it's got the little Eiffel Tower and stuff on it. And I love the smell. Like I'm getting through it so slowly. Like I don't really use it, but it's like, it's, you know, it's my bag of chips. Like I like it. And another European brand that I like using is, of course, I love these like cult classic things, and it's good to pick up this stuff when you're in Europe. It's cheaper. I suspect that even the ingredients are slightly different, and if you're gonna get something conventional, I would say buy it in Europe because their regulations and rules are a little bit more stringent than ours. Well, especially than yours if you're in the US. In Canada, it's also a little bit different. We're like almost on the European scale of things, but oh God, I don't want to read what's in here. Anyways, I do like my Bioderma from time to time. although I don't wear, it's really like, for me, it's like if I'm wearing a lot of makeup or just have a lot of stuff on my face and I don't want to cleanse my face properly, I just hit the Bioderma because it's just like, ugh, so super lazy, take it all off. Oh, I should have mentioned in best budget. I love it's so busted up, but like Weleda Skin Food. I love the classic brands like that. Andalou, also great. I love my CC cream. I need to get a new one. This one is almost done, but this is such a nice one. It's not as potent as I would like it to be. You do have to reapply it. SPF 30 means nothing, honestly. But yeah, so that's kind of me and skincare in a nutshell, I guess. Oh my goodness, not a nutshell at all. 26 minutes. Okay, so there you go. There you go, Mercedes. There you go, everyone watching this. That is my best of skincare tag. Thanks for tagging me. Thanks for watching all this.